Now, this is a topic that most people do not want to talk about. Most moms, for some reasons, are laid back to discuss the experience. They're laid back to even talk about C-section in general because it's a very sensitive topic. It's a very emotional, experience. Especially when it wasn't planned or it was an emergency C-section. It's almost very hard for you to talk about it because it somehow feels like your body feels it. Somehow feels like it wasn't what you planned for. So disappointment. There's the guilt. In this video, I'll be sharing checklists, things to prepare yourself for before the surgery, during the surgery, and after the surgery. Once you've been scheduled for a C-section, these are things that you have to get mentally, physically, emotionally prepare yourself for these things because trust me, it is hard. First of all, I'm going to start off with encouraging you. If you're more watching this and you intend going in for a C-section, don't be afraid, don't be scared. Everything will be great, everything will turn out fine. I'm speaking from experience. I had my surgery done here in Nigeria, Lagos State. This video is directed to Nigerians because somehow the method we do things here is different from how they do it in other countries. So if you're watching this here in Nigeria, this video is perfect for you because this will give you just a slight idea of how things might be in your hospital. Every hospital differs. Every hospital's protocols and rules are different, but this might just give you a guideline or just like a slight idea of what to prepare yourself for. I would personally had to go for the C-section, and this was not an intentional decision. It wasn't like I made up my mind to say, okay, I'm going in for a scheduled C-section. No. My hospital, we have like a rule, or they have like a rule where when you're 37 weeks, you run an X-ray, a pelvic, I don't know what it's called, but you're actually supposed to tell how big or wide or small your pelvis is, and also check the size of the baby if the baby can go through the pelvis. So I had my own test done, and it happened that at that point, my baby weight, with his current weight at that point, at 37 weeks, he couldn't come out, like a 50-50 chance, even though he also told me that labor sometimes can increase pelvis. Yeah, so pelvis, I'm not a doctor, it is just my personal experience I'm sharing here, and things that I did, things I did not prepare for, because I came online here. I went online, I went on YouTube, I went everywhere looking for information that was specific about Nigerian hospitals. I did not see. So let's talk about checklists. What would you come with? So I would advise you come with lots of sanitary pad, which is that, you guys know, it's just among your hospital list. You have the pad, you have the disposable pan. This will help with bleeding. Food and water. Have that two things you need. One other thing our advice you to come with is a very free gown. But let's go into the main cocoa, which is what to expect. The first thing is understand that once you walk into the hospital and you're being registered, like they've registered you or booked you for the surgery, from that moment on, you might not be allowed to eat or drink water. I was told that I could still try out using the vaginal method, and if it doesn't work or if the labor wasn't progressing, then they will have to do a CS. I was scheduled to be induced. So if you've been induced, once you've had a tendency of getting a CS and you're being induced, the trick here is, please, while you work, just as you're going to the hospital, buy food. Like food. Let me exaggerate, like food. You might be thinking to yourself that food is not everything, right? But now, just know that the minute they register you, you can't eat, you can drink water. In fact, the food is not my problem because I fast, right? My problem then was water. Because another thing to expect your hospital to do is you might be giving drugs that will make you stool. This is, I don't know, like I said, my hospital standard might be different from yours. Yours might be completely different. I think because I was induced, part of the induction, part of it was they had to insert, I don't know what they inserted in my anus, and I had, immediately I was going to the toilet, I was pooping. Literally what that thing did was empty my whole bladder, and everything about my system was empty. Another thing you expect is being awake during the surgery. And I think in those days, from what I've heard from family and friends, earlier on they don't allow you to stay awake. Like the anesthesia they give you is supposed to make you sleep, but now it's different. The one they give you, I don't know, like I said, hospital are different. My hospital will give you the partial one. A few from your, I think from your boob area upward, but from your waist down is numb. So, and it feels like it has this funny feeling, like it's like you're heavy. It just makes you look like a fly, or I don't know. It's a very funny feeling. So in case you have that feeling, the person in charge of the anesthesia, drugs will come and speak to you. Ensure to talk to them if you have any, reoccurring or any form of any history of either you react to some kind of drugs, or you tell them about your history, your health history is needed. Another thing I'll remind you, or I know this is the last thing, like when I was pregnant, even till I gave birth, I was not concerned about pictures and videos. I was like, if I see, like, I wasn't bothered. And guess what? My hospital is so annoying that, or the hospital I gave birth was so annoying that they have a rule that you can't film, you can't take pictures in the theater. I wished I had spoken about it. I'm sure maybe it would have given me like a preferential treatment or something, but I wasn't bothered because everything in my head was, I want to take this baby out of my, like, I just want to get it over with. But the truth is, you would need these pictures, you need this video, because I'm regretting it right now. Talk to your doctor now, the midwife. Insist that you want to get pictures and videos, because that might be the last thing in your mind. But that's why I'm here. I'm here for you. I'm here to remind you that you would need 20 years from now. You need that pictures. If at 50 years from now, you will need those pictures to show your babies. So please insist to take pictures while the study is going on, or you can have someone beg someone in there, or beg them to allow any family member of yours to capture the moment, because these are memories that are priceless. Okay, so next thing again is another reminder. Ask your midwife or the doctor or whoever, ask them if you can have skin to skin once your baby is out. My hospital, that it went without asking. They had the skin to skin. Once they brought out my baby came out in less than 15 minutes after the surgery started. It was so fast. The next minute I heard my baby's voice. The next minute he was on my chest. We're having a skin to skin moment. So ask the hospital. Another thing to prepare yourself for before surgery is, again, this is a reminder, ask for permission. If your husband, your family member can be in the room with you, it makes a lot of sense. One thing I noticed is, what they try to do is they try to engage in a conversation while the surgery is going on. So most times the person in charge of the anesthesia will be the one talking to you just to distract you. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well, but if I'm not, don't come for me. So the person will be the one distracting you, talking to you, so you don't sleep off, or one of the things, or sleep off, or sleep off. So what you can do is ask and beg or plead with them. If you can bring in your loved one, that will just make you stay awake. Why not? Because it's a familiar face and there's someone encouraging you to. Another thing is, please, while they're giving you your anesthesia, don't shake, don't move, stay still to avoid complications. Again, I know someone who did shake and had complications, and most times side effect from the anesthesia is tough. Like I'll talk about it, the side effect of the anesthesia being given to you, but the side effect is tough enough, like it's bad. So don't make it worse by trying to trying to shake. I know it's crazy at that point. Maybe your labor had started, or you're being, like, I was induced for almost 4 hours before I did go for my surgery. So I was already stressed out, I was tired, I was in pain before even being wheeled into the theater. So it might not be you intentionally shaking, but put it at the back of your mind that at that point when you have no control of anything, please don't shake while they're giving you the anesthesia drugs. Okay? Try. Thing is, Nigeria standard, you might not be able to see the doctor opening your body up. Who wants to see that? Of course, they have this cover. I don't know, my hospital had this cover, that demarcated where I was and where the surgery was going on. So I didn't see anything. I didn't know what was happening. So it might be your hospital standard. So prepare yourself for that. You might not see what's happening. Most people want to see, know what's happening, know when they pulled out the baby, know everything. With the CS, you might not have that. Now let's talk about post-surgery, right? After the surgery, what happens? After the surgery, you're being wheeled. This one you cannot walk. You're being wheeled to your room. My hospital standard is you have to lay down for 12 hours after the surgery. You're not moving. They carry you, put you on the bed, and you lay down facing the sky, like facing the roof. And you can sleep. But you're not allowed to raise your head. You're not allowed to turn. You're not allowed to do anything. You just need to sleep upright, like stay upright for 12 hours. I don't know why. After 12 hours, I had my surgery like 7 p.m. So it's 7 a.m., 6 a.m. I woke up and I was asked to stand up by myself. I understand I was bleeding, like from my vagina, but I was asked to stand up by myself. Which after I think 30 minutes I did, or 20 minutes I did, it was the most painful thing ever. CS is painful. I don't know what you guys have been told, but it's painful. I'm not trying to scare you, but prepare for pain. Prepare yourself for pain. It is painful. After the anesthesia wears off, after what they've given to you, after the numbness has gone, it's pain, right? You're going to go through pain, so prepare for that. So for my hospital, after the surgery, they told me to walk around. My husband was there. We walked around. It was painful. It felt like I started learning how to walk again. So prepare yourself to walk around, or the hospital might tell you to engage in any form of like activity that will help. This would actually help you speed up the recovery process. Understand also that you're bleeding to your vagina. You have an incision area to guide and protect. It's tough. Like it's like double bullets. Like you've been shot twice. Your vagina is bleeding. Your incision area is in pain. So I don't know what else is worse, but please prepare yourself for that too. Another thing is get someone to help you. If your partner isn't available, get someone else that will help you while you're being asked to walk around. They might tell you to stand up by yourself, which they told me to. I had to sit up myself 12 hours after surgery. That might be impossible, except you're being forced to do it. If your hospital standard is not or does not align with what I'm saying, don't walk around. Just rest. The next thing is when it comes to food and water, when it comes to water, I think for my hospital, I don't know, it's a thing with Nigerian hospital, I don't know why. For my hospital, 2 hours after 12 hours I was resting, and when I woke up I was given Lipton tea. So it was around like 7 a.m., which is I think 12 hours or 10 hours after surgery. I was given Lipton tea, and the next 1 hour they gave me pap, and then after another hour I was able to take water. So let's say maximum 12 hours after surgery or 13 hours after surgery, I was able to take water, any kind of water, hot or cold. So that's another sacrifice to prepare for. My hospital might be different from yours, but please be open for not taking water before the surgery and after the surgery. So if I was supposed to calculate how long I went without water, it was almost 35 hours. Baby girl did not get water, knowing for a fact that I was a water lord. Like it felt like they took like in my head I'm like, Okuma kill me. Like you should just because it felt like I was deprived from air. Like bruh. The pain was like the least thing on my head. What was on my mind was water. Even in the labor room, like I said, water, I want water. I was begging the lady that was giving the anesthesia person, please give me water. What she had to do was she had to put drops of drip water in my mouth. She could see that I was almost like I was going to die here now. I'm going to die because I wasn't giving water. Like she saw the agony in my eyes. So another thing to prepare for post-operation or post-surgery is you cannot shower. I don't know, like I said, Nigerian standard, I don't get it. But for the next 2, 3, 4 weeks or 5, it depends on how you heal. You can't shower like full shower. I know the whole you can't do that. And someone like me that I had like itchiness during my pregnancy, it was the hardest decision I had to make. In fact, until your incision area is dried, you might not be able to shower. Like I said, my hospital, not everybody's hospital. That was my hospital procedure. So what you do instead is wipe, you clean, use towel and water, wipe your whole body. You can even use like soap, scrub, but wipe. But the whole idea is don't pour water on that area, right? And when it comes to food, after what am I saying? After 2, 3 hours or so, you can eat food. Like I said, I had my surgery 7 p.m. or I finished or I was weighed back to my room like past 8. I slept for like 2 hours. I woke up to 11. I remember being on my phone checking the pictures that my sister sent, of my baby's picture that he sent, because after the skin to skin, he was taken to his nursery here, and my husband went there to feed him and everything. So another thing to prepare yourself for is this: ensure you have baby formula in your bag. If you're going to have a CSA, it might be one of the things in your hospital list, but in case it's not, don't skip this part. You must have baby formula. In fact, I didn't buy, but while the surgery was going on, they had to tell my husband to get. So instead of waiting to that point, in case you don't have someone that will always help you do that, and you're going in for a surgery, please just get formula, baby food. So another thing, a recovery process, is cleaning your wound. Don't skip this part. Don't mess up this part. This would help you speed up your recovery, like really well. For me personally, after my surgery, they had this plaster around my incision area. After 7 days, I went back to the hospital. The day I went back for my baby circumcision, I had an appointment for dressing. So they dressed my wound and took out when the surgeon who did my surgery came, he was very impressed at the fact that I was healing fast. He told them to take out the plaster, and he said, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm okay. My incision area is dried up. Okay, it's good to go. I should just wait a few more days before I can start taking my bath. And that was the happiest thing ever. Like 8 days post operation or post surgery, I was able to start doing things, because people say the first one is always easy. I just believe so. I pray all of them would be great, because the day I gave birth, after I walked around few hours after surgery, every other thing came natural. 2 days after, or the day after, I was able to walk normally. I was able to do things. Like, I was almost back on my feet, except I had to remind my brain that there was an incision area where I had to be fragile about. Again, your hospital might be different. Some hospitals don't put any form of plaster or anything there. They just leave it open. So every hospital is different. But mine, that was their rule, and 8 days after, they took out the plaster. Try to follow up with the whole rule of wiping your incision area with cotton wool and spirit. Do it. I think my husband helped me up until 1 month postpartum, or 1 month or thereabout. I was able then, I was able to now bend down and do it myself. 3rd day after the surgery, I was discharged to go home. So prepare yourself for staying in the hospital for not just 1 day or 2 days, but maybe 3. Then you can go home. Most people even stay up to 7 days. I was allowed to go on the 3rd day. Now, another thing to prepare yourself for is side effects. Anesthesia, it's that drug they give you to numb your body during the surgery, has side effects. My side effect was headache. Like, from the day I had the surgery, I started having, slightly, I was having slight headache. I would complain, and they'd be like, oh, don't worry, just rest well. I got home the 3rd day after the surgery. That night was hell. Headache was tough that sometimes I would hold my head before I talk. It was migraine, it wasn't headache. So when I researched online, I saw that it was part of the side effect of the anesthesia I was giving. It's bad. The 7th or the 8th day, the day I told you I went for my dressing appointment, I also went to the pharmacy department or section, and I was crying there, begging them to give me something for the headache if they don't want me to run mad. My experience was great as well as painful, and one of the painful parts was this headache. The headache was bad, but when I went to the hospital and complained, they gave me a drug. The minute I took the drug, I vomited afterwards, and that was it. That was the end of it. So it didn't even last up to, it lasted for 8 days, and that was the 8th day post surgery was the last day I had the headache. Another side effect that might happen, I might stay for, most people say forever, or most people say for some time, is back pain. Mine started the day I came back from the hospital. It felt like I was laying on the bed, because throughout my pregnancy, I used the pregnancy pillow. So, when I came back from the hospital, I still had my pregnancy pillow on the bed. When I laid down on the pillow, it felt like I was being stabbed on my back. It felt like there was, see, I can't explain this thing, like, it's not explainable. I really don't pray happens to you. The back pain, the waist pain, the headache, I hope it doesn't happen to you, but this was my experience. Another thing I expect, or you should expect, is maybe having low milk supply. Your milk might not come in immediately, might happen over time, but it might not be immediately. Most people, or most moms, might not agree to this because they had, a rush of milk, even with CS. So this is relative. It's not. What is it? It's what relative. This is It's not a certain thing. It's just what people say. All these things I've listed are things that I personally experienced. I'm not a professional. I'm not a surgeon. I'm not a medical practitioner. This is just my experience, and all these things I've listed, I went through it. Most mom out there are scared to even think about CS. You guys are, I'm sure if you're being told you're going to have a CS right now, you panic. And I'm telling you that it's not as bad as you think. Yes, it's painful. Yes, you cry. It's painful, but you get through it. And I feel like the reasons why most people are scared of this is, number one, the criticism that comes with it. In Nigeria here, the society we live in, I live in, they criticize women who give birth to CS. They make you feel like you're not a mom, you're not mom enough, you didn't give birth, it's enjoyment you went to do. Another reason is because they make you believe that you can't get your body back through CS, because if vaginal delivery, woman can easily give birth and start wearing postpartum belt, start tying her tummy, can start drinking a bowl or herbs that would drain out fat. True. But one thing I'll tell you is you really don't have to wait till 6 months before you start working out. And that's one mistake I made. There are other light exercises you can do in the house that will not affect your healing process. Trust me. But of course, ask your doctor for clearance. So that has been, that's the reason why most moms are scared. And the fact that it's surgery, like it's a life and death situation. Most moms are scared to even go under the knife. It's crazy. It's scary. I understand. Another thing is the incision area will always be there. It's a mark. It's a girl. You get the vibe. It's once you see your baby, trust me, to what it times 100. So of course you have your incision mark, which of course is your beauty mark. In fact, so for me personally, I have like a numbness. There's a pouch. I have a pouch around my incision area, which in a way just disrupted my body structure. But guess what? I'm least bothered about it because my body did an amazing job that till tomorrow I'll keep thanking it. So have that positive mindset. Don't hate your body for what it has done. Don't hate your body for what it would do. Hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has been, just do me one favor. Actually 2 favors. No, 3 favors. Hit the subscribe button. Then smash the like button. Then share this video to your loved ones. Anyone who you think needs this video, share this video to that person. Be sure to watch this video here where I talked about all the mistakes I made as a first time mom. So if you're a new mom, an OG mom, a mom to be, watch this video so you can avoid all these mistakes. So see you guys in my next video. Bye.